All right, let's talk wine. Today we're diving into a bottle that promises to be your new favorite for, well, pretty much any occasion. We're talking about Antigal Uno Malbec, straight from the heart of Argentina. So the big question is, could this be the one you've been searching for?
You know the feeling, right? You're standing in the wine aisle, just staring at this wall of bottles, and you're just looking for that one reliable, delicious wine that's perfect for a quiet Tuesday night, but also great for a dinner party. A wine you know is just gonna deliver every single time.
Well, listen to this. This is the bold promise right from the makers of Antigal Uno Malbec. I mean, that's a huge claim, right? All the nights. They're pretty much saying this wine is the answer. So let's see if it actually lives up to the hype.
Okay, so let's start right there. How does this wine even begin to make the case that it's the perfect bottle for any night of the week?
So the winery behind this, Antigal, they've got this really clear mission. They want to make these super smooth, crowd-pleasing wines that always taste more expensive than they are. They're aiming for that perfect sweet spot, complex enough to be interesting, but also just incredibly easy and enjoyable to drink.
Now, to really get what makes this Malbec so special, we have to go to the source. So let's take a quick virtual trip to its home in Mendoza, Argentina. You see, the real secret ingredient here, the thing that makes this wine unique, it isn't some fancy winemaking technique. It's a place. It all comes down to the super high-altitude vineyards where these grapes are grown. Growing grapes this high up in the foothills of the Andes isn't just for the pretty view. The intense sun during the day and the cool nights really put just the right amount of stress on the grapevines. And what that does is it forces them to produce these grapes with incredibly bold, concentrated flavors. This is what develops that deep, rich fruitiness and those wonderfully smooth tannins. That's the stuff that gives red wine its structure and texture. It's a style you just can't fake somewhere else.
So we know where it's from and why that location is so important, but what do you actually smell and taste when you pour yourself a glass? Let's get into it.
Okay, this is where it gets really cool. When you smell it, sure, you get those classic wild berry notes, but there's this amazing freshness to it. And here's the kicker. You also get hints of lavender and cardamom. I mean, that's not something you find every day, and it gives the wine this exotic quality, as the source calls it. It just adds this whole other layer of intrigue.
And when you take a sip, this quote just nails it. It's not some stuffy, complicated wine that you need to lock away in a cellar for 10 years. It's vibrant, it's full of life. It's just plain ready to be opened and enjoyed tonight. And that accessibility is a huge deal.
Okay, so this wine sounds great. But let's be honest, a lot of us have our go-to domestic wines we already know and love. So the big question is, why branch out? Why pick up an Argentine Malbec over a familiar bottle from right here at home?
Well, on one hand, you've got your familiar domestic styles, and they're fantastic, of course. But with a wine like Antigal, you're getting something totally different. You're getting that unique, concentrated flavor that's literally born from the Andes Mountains. These wines are they're big, they're juicy, they're expressive. It's not about being better, it's about offering what the source calls a different kind of magic.
And here is the real kicker. That unique flavor, that high-quality craftsmanship you're getting from Argentina, it often comes at an incredible value. You can get a bottle that tastes like a special occasion wine, but at a price that works for a regular Wednesday night.
So, let's put it all together. We've journeyed to the Andes, we've explored the flavors, we've weighed the options. So, what's the final takeaway here?
It really doesn't get more direct than this, does it? This is the final, super confident pitch from the source. It's a simple challenge, really. They are so sure you're going to love this wine, they're basically betting that just one taste is all it's going to take to win you over. And that's really what we'll leave you with. When you pick a bottle of wine, you're not just picking a drink, you're choosing a place, a style, and a story. So the next time you're looking for that perfect go-to bottle, maybe the answer isn't something familiar, but a little taste of adventure from the high altitudes of Mendoza.